Roger, nice to see you again. I have one final task I'd like to do today before we finish off the appointment. This is a set of questions that will help me to understand better how your memory and concentration are. So I'd like to run through them. It's normal to make a couple of mistakes, so don't worry about how you're doing. The main point of this is for me to understand how your memory and concentration are working, okay? So we're going to start off with some tasks that you do with a pen.
Right.
So this is the first one here. This is a pattern of alternating numbers and letters. And so I'd like you to draw this pattern for me. I've started it for you. So it starts at the number 1 and then goes to A and then goes from A to 2. So I'd like you to pick up at 2 and continue alternating numbers and letters until you get to the end here.
Okay.
Okay?
So 1 to A, yeah.
A to 2, and now you start there. Terrific. That's great. Now keep the pen. The next thing that will help me understand, again, how your brain is looking at visual information is to have you do some drawing. So this is a cube. I'd like you to just copy that right in that space below the cube.
Oh, I've never been very good at art.
Well, so this isn't an art test. It's a test of how your brain is looking at visual information. So don't worry about being an artist. Just copy the cube in that space down below.
Okay.
There, look, you are an artist. Okay. Now, last task with the pen, I'd like you to draw in this space the face of a clock for me. So just put the circle and the numbers on it, and then we'll put the hands on in a minute. Circle and the numbers to make it look like a clock. Terrific. Now, I'd like you to put the hands on your clock to show the time 10 past 11.
Okay.
That's terrific. Thank you, Roger. I'll take the pen now. So the next thing I'd like to look at is your language. So I'm going to ask you to name these animals for me now. So what animal is that?
It's a lion.
Right? And how about this one?
A hippo.
Okay, are you sure it's a hippo? What about those things?
Oh, they're horns. They're a rhino.
That's right, it's a rhinoceros. And how about this animal? What's that called?
Looks like a camel.
Okay, excellent. Now I'd like to turn to looking at your memory. So we're going to work on a little list of words now. I'm going to give you a list of 5 words. We'll practice them a couple of times, and then I want you to remember them because I'm going to ask you for them again in a few minutes. Okay? So I'll say the 5 words, and then you repeat them back to me. Face, velvet, church, daisy, red. I'll do them again. Face, velvet, church, daisy, red. Okay.
Face, velvet, church, daisy, red.
Good. And do them once more.
Face, velvet, church, daisy, red.
Excellent. So Roger, try and remember those. I'm going to ask you for them again in a few minutes.
Okay.
Okay? All right, now I'd like to look a little bit at your attention and concentration. So we're going to start off by asking you to repeat some lists of numbers. So right now I'm going to give you 5 numbers, and I want you to repeat them after me. Here are the numbers. 2, 1, 8, 5, 4. 2, 1, 8, 5, 4. Good. Now I'm going to give you a list of 3 numbers. I'm going to say them in the forwards order, and I want you to give them to me in the reverse order. So the backwards from what I give them.
Okay.
So here are the numbers. 7, 4, 2.
2, 4, 7.
Excellent. That's great. Thanks. Now again, looking at your attention and concentration, I'm going to read off a random list of letters of the alphabet. And every time you hear me say the letter A, I'd like you to tap the table. Okay? So get ready to tap, and every time you hear A, you tap the table. Here we go. F, B, A, C, M, N, A, J, K, L, B, A, F, A, K, D, E, A, J, A, M, O, F, A, B. Well done. Okay. And finally, looking at attention and concentration, I'm going to ask you to do some subtraction in your head. So I'd like you to start with the number 100.
I've never been very good at math. Always have troubles with math.
It's not a math test. It's actually a test of concentration. I think you'll be able to do this. So let's try anyway. So we're going to start with the number 100.
Okay.
And I'd like you to subtract 7 and give me the answer. And then keep going back, taking off 7 each time, and give me the next answer and the next answer.
Okay.
So 100 minus 7, and then keep going backwards by 7s. Go ahead.
100, 93, 87, 80, 73, 66,
Okay.
59.
Great. You can stop there. Thank you. Okay. Now I'd like to look again a little more at your language. We did the animal naming earlier. So now I'm going to ask you to just repeat a couple of short sentences for me. So I'll say the sentence, and then you repeat it back to me.
Okay.
Here's the first sentence. I only know that John is the one to help today.
I only know that John is the one to help today.
Great. And here's the second sentence. Repeat this after me. The cat always hid under the couch when dogs were in the room.
The cat always hid under the couch when dogs were in the room.
Very good. Thank you. Now I'm going to ask you to think up some words for me. I'm going to give you a letter of the alphabet, and I want you to say as many words as you can that start with that letter.
Okay.
And just keep saying words until I stop you after a minute. The only words you can't use are words that would normally be capitalized, so people's names or place names.
Okay.
Okay? So Roger, I'd like you to tell me as many words as you can that start with the letter F.
Can they be off-color words?
No, they can. Go ahead.
Fly, fate, from, for, 50, fathom, fixture, fox, fright, flight, fist, front, fathom, furlong, feign, figure, from, for, 50, fixture, fist, format, running out, flit.
Okay, that's good. Great. You did very well with that. So came up with some really good words. Okay. Now I'd like to look a little bit at your abstract thinking. So I'm going to say the name of 2 objects, and I'd like you to tell me how they're similar. We'll do a practice pair so that you get the idea. So how are these two things similar? A banana and an orange.
They're both fruit.
Right, that's exactly the kind of answer I'm looking for. So here's the next pair. How are these two things similar? A train and a bicycle.
They're both transportation.
Right, that's great. And here's another pair. How are these similar? A watch and a ruler.
They're both instruments.
Okay, and what do they both do?
Measure.
Right, excellent. Okay. Now, I want to come back to those 5 words in that little list we practiced at the beginning. Do you remember what those words were? You can give them to me in any order.
Well, I remember velvet, church, daisy, red.
Good. Remember the last one or the first one?
Yeah, it was the first one. No.
So let me give you a clue and see if this helps jog your memory. It was a part of the body.
No, I'll need another clue.
Okay. So I'll give you a multiple choice now. So tell me which of these 3 parts of the body it is. Was it thumb, heel, or face?
Face.
Right. That's good. So it's there. You just need a little help pulling it out of your memory. Okay, Roger, finally, I'd like to ask you some questions just about general orientation to time and place. Can you tell me what the date is today?
Oh, I'm retired and I think I don't keep track of dates.
Even in retirement, most people have an idea of the date. Can you take a guess?
Well, it's May and it's
It
2015.
That's true.
But the date of the week, 7 or 8, I think.
Okay, so today is the 4th.
Oh, it was close.
That's okay. Do you know what day of the week it is? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
Oh, it's
Saturday?
Monday.
It's Monday, correct. Okay. And what's the name of this place that you're in? Or what kind of place is this?
It is a hospital.
It is a hospital. And what city are we in?
We're in Toronto.
Right. Good. So that's all my questions, Roger. Thank you very much. This has helped me to understand how your memory and concentration are working.